How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm your host, Frenzy. Today, I do want to talk to you guys about a video I've been needing to make for a while. The update video, which I'm going to talk to you guys about the direction of the channel and some things about myself as well, because it's been a while since I talked to you guys on a one-to-one level. Now, I want to start off with the fact that, hey, now I'm finally at the university I've been wanting to be for like years. Since I was a middle schooler. That's pretty awesome. And honestly, I did not think I was going to be getting to this point, because in my mind I was thinking about, okay, am I even going to be able to do this? Am I worthy to do this? Am I this? Am I that? And if there's one thing you gotta know about me, even though sometimes I tend to doubt my own abilities, I still want to try, because I find the biggest thing that hurts me more is when you regret something of not doing, and then when you fail. Because for me, my model has been, there's no true success without failure. And I've been with this model since like community college, with many personal things that happened to me in life, and I'm going to be keeping that same model probably for the rest of my life, from university and onwards. And I'm glad I got to try out things. You know, it's been like really fun. For those who are also not in the know, I'm actually studying to become an electrical engineering. And I've been into this field, like I've been interested in this field, mainly because I was interested in the world of robotics. That's kind of why I went to middle school, at a specific middle school I went to for, because they were showcasing the robotics. The thing I regretted, as you know, for young me, is that I never really had that communication skills. And you know, I actually went out to ask, you know, any member of the faculty that's like, hey, you know, I want to get into this, how do I get into this, do you know who I can ask? I never really bothered, and I got to miss out. But on high school, I actually got to, you know, be able to do stuff around my junior year. And obviously that's what you see from the vlogs. If you ever bother checking the playlist for the vlogs, there's actually are some vlogs of competitions I've done, and they've been really fun. And that's kind of what got me into the idea. I was like, yeah, I think I really want to be an engineer. I find it kind of fun. My time being in university, only being in the second week, I've realized that like I'm very limited in time. Obviously, if I'm not going to school, I'm going to work. And if I do happen to have some free time, I'll probably use that free time in order to like catch up on studies. But whenever I do have some extra free time, I tend to be in the state where, what exactly do I want to do? You know, I could play a numerous amounts of really awesome and amazing games that I will enjoy my time, or I could just, you know, play Wiz and Pirate, you know, try to grind out things for content and just go from there. And that's also another thing I want to lead towards, is talking about the grinding situation. So from the last update video, I remember talking about like my issues with Wiz and how it's like really grindy, and there was just so many things that I just didn't really like, that's like kind of making me question if I want to stay within this community, you know, stay playing the game or not. And I'm still in the question of what exactly do I want to do, because I know that a lot of you guys have subscribed specifically to watch Wiz content, and sometimes mainly just only Wiz content or pirate content. But me personally, like, there's a lot of stuff that I like to do. I like to play mini games, and I will definitely love to do like streams and videos of like, you know, the mini games I really enjoy playing. And I don't know, you know, I've been stuck in that limbo where it's like, yeah, I know if I do this, I might lose some people, but it is something that I actually generally want to do. And it doesn't mean that I don't want to I want to completely leave Wiz or Pirate. Like, I still want to play those games, but I do want to, like, you know, spend more time actually doing some other content as well. And I have been doing that. I've been doing that since the summer, and I still want to do it during my university years. In fact, I want to play more series, not just like, you know, the ones that I've been doing mostly, which is, you know, the Pirate Nuzlocke series, for example. That's why I want to take a break from it until I come back from it. Obviously, I still have to finish the Witch Doctor series, but once we get to that, I want to try other things. And in terms of like, you know, videos and stuff, like I want to get into doing like, you know, the Pirate 101 guide stuff, you know, from beginner's guide to like a more advanced guide. So it'll be like a little series of just like a guide to Pirate 101 for those who may be new to Pirate 101. But a lot of this takes time, you know. A lot of the stuff that is right now in Wiz takes a lot of grind, and I haven't mentioned this, but I will mention it now. In a brief summary, I'm still pretty disappointed in the sense of a lot of things Wiz has implemented, because it just showcases that the devs are valuing playtime more than the convenience of the players. And don't get me wrong, MMOs are meant to be grindy, I understand this, but at the same time, I do personally feel like the way Wiz does grind is very annoying for a lot of people, and it's mainly just because you either get the best of the best gear or it's just not worth your time. Now, Dragoons is a perfect example of this, because in Dragoons gear, you either get the Dragoons gear, you can get the Vanguard gear as a way to craft Dragoons gear, but the problem is that there isn't necessarily a way to break down this gear, you know, break them down to reagents and, you know, have it to where, like, no matter what you get, you still have some sort of value in any gear piece that you obtain in order for you to craft or obtain the best of the best gear. And unfortunately, Wiz does not have this system, and Darkmoor is also very notorious for this too. And now with skeleton keys, you know, they added some variety options, that's definitely very good. But they removed the PvE aspect of obtaining the skeleton keys as well, which kind of sucks. Me personally, if I were to go about it, I would definitely have it to where, like, some side bosses that you tend to get, like, specific gear from, along with, like, endgame bosses, if you have them, like, level capped and stuff, will probably be, like, really nice alternative methods of obtaining skeleton keys, because you're not just going to farm them for the sake of skeleton keys, but you're going to farm them for the sake of gear. The skeleton keys just happen to be a little bit of a nice bonus. I just personally think that there should definitely be more ways of conveniencing the player, not to where you're practically giving stuff away, but you're at least understanding that, like, yeah, some players just don't have that much time like they used to. I mean, just take me for example. You know, I go to work, obviously I'm a part-timer, so, like, you know, I ask for 20 hours specifically max, and that's mainly what I get, so I do have some time. But then, like, that free time I do tend to have, I'm either working on school-related stuff, and that other free time I have, I could just spend it all on just farming for Azoth or something in Wiz, or instead, I could just be playing something that's actually completed and enjoy myself more there. In short, I'm basically just saying that, like, in other games, I could just play for the sake of either doing it for story or doing it because it has some fun gameplay that doesn't necessarily require too much grind in order for you to have fun. The only grindy part about a lot of these games tend to just be like learning how the game works, instead of just trying to get gear or trying to get this or trying to get that in order to actually be able to fulfill that specific type of content. Decathlon, while it is a very fun mode, has a very grindy beginning, and it's a continuous grind as well. Beast Moon is very fun, and it's a very nice pick up and play kind of game. There are some issues when it comes towards going against specific forms that have, like, high levels and stuff, and there are ways of fixing it, they just haven't happened for some reason. Raids, for example, have a very big barrier. Not only do you have to have at least, like, around 12 players in order to efficiently do it fairly well, but also, you know, the grinding for the Azoth and everything in order to unlock the area, then you have to get the keys and, you know, all this other stuff. There's just grind upon grind that has you at least trying to attempt this kind of content, and it's just not great for me, honestly, and it's not great for a lot of people. And I feel like sometimes the developers have to understand that, like, not everyone has, like, 24/7, you know, full-time jobs at Wiz. Like, we also have lives elsewhere. We also have stuff we want to do elsewhere. And while I do understand that the grind is definitely an importance, you can at least make the grind a little bit more, you know, of ease. You know, quality of life updates are always going to be demanded by a lot of the community. And it's up to you to make sure that the players are still engaged and not be turned off by the fact that there's just so much amount of grind you have to do, even to just have a potential chance of trying events. Same thing with PvP. PvP takes a lot of grind as well. And I've been wanting to do PvP, but obviously it's like, you know, you could be in a disadvantage because of spell elements, or maybe you're just missing out on gear. Luckily, there has been some pretty decent ways of attaining spell elements now, but obviously there could be more done. And that's kind of where I am with, like, the whole sense of Wiz and stuff. Now, I've been rambling a lot about the Wiz stuff because it's just something that I'm, like, really passionate about talking. But what exactly does this mean for like the future of like the content of this channel? Well, I still plan having, you know, some questing streams. Let me actually show you right now with this character right here. So my myth is currently in Lemuria. He's at the last point of Lemuria. He's basically maxed out. He's in Safaria, starting Lemuria, in Caramel. This is my spellament grinding wizard whenever I actually feel like farming spellaments. I think this is Celestia. This is my walkthrough character. Then you have like this guy in Caramel, and then this guy is like at the fairly end of Lemuria. So the goal really for me right now has been trying to get as much wizards towards like the max level as possible. And then I do want to take the time to like, you know, grind some gear in order to get some of the best gear that I could possibly obtain. And then afterwards, hopefully sometime in the future, I can get into PvP and, you know, have some really fun and crazy videos in the future. But all of this takes time, and I could just be like, you know, using that free time doing absolutely nothing but just getting prepared for like maybe some sort of potential future content for Wiz and stuff. But I just can't do it like I used to anymore. I feel like I just kind of overload myself with like a lot of stuff I have to do for Wiz, and it just becomes really hard for me to do this stuff at a decent pace. So I've become more of a casual player for Wiz, and I guess it is what it is. I still want to play Wiz, I still want to play Pirate and stuff, but I also want to try out some new stuff, like I said before. So what I'm trying to say is, you know, do expect some, you know, live streams of just like, you know, questing and stuff, grinding for gear and stuff. Do expect some more variety content coming on the way, and like more new series and stuff, because I do want to get into new games and see what sticks. If there is anything that you guys are interested in seeing, let me know. That would definitely be greatly appreciated. I'm still thinking about what I want to do. You know, I have some ideas, and I hope you guys are excited. And I do want to apologize for rambling. I just really been wanting to talk about this stuff for a while. In terms of just like the general stuff, it's the same thing as always. You know, I go back to school, which means there's going to be a lot less stuff, but I'm still trying to do stuff. Just, you know, stay up to date really with the community tab, and also on Twitter, best ways to stay up to date. And you'll also be able to get to see like the schedules I tend to post out about like future streams and stuff. But other than that, I'll be leaving the video here. As always, make sure to leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you haven't, and always remember to stay frenzy. Peace!